All right, hello everybody, and welcome to the Elevate Magazine slash live, Rise interview with Molly Music. Before we bring in Molly, I just wanted to let everyone know the ground rules. This is a live chat, and you are welcome. You are welcome. You are more than welcome to come in and join the conversation. But we're going to keep it clean, folks, and we're going to keep it holy. Don't ask him about Jennifer Hudson. I said it. So at this time, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to bring in I'm going to bring in the young lady that's the editor in chief of Elevate Magazine and Rise Magazine. Her name is Nay Thompson. How you doing, Nay?
I am swell.
And there you are. Can you hear me, Nay?
I can hear you well. Yes. How are you? Can you
Excellent.
hear me?
And I can hear you. You're on a little slight delay, but we'll get it together. And now they don't care about me and they care about you a lot more than me, but they want to know about Molly Music. So we're going to bring in Molly live here on Rise Magazine. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Molly Music. How are you doing, Molly?
Hey, yo, can you hear me?
We can.
We can hear you.
Hallelujah.
Hey, don't take us there yet, Molly. We still got an hour to go.
Thank you so much for having me. You get what I mean? It's such a beautiful thing to see the melanin that I'm involved in right here. You see, I was already playing my guitar anyway, so if I'm plucking along, don't be mad. All right, so go ahead. What's good, y'all?
How are you?
I feel good.
We appreciate having you today. You taking the time out. I know we kind of switched up on you and went from the telephone.
Yeah. But it's to be expected. It's to be expected.
So you. Okay. First and foremost, you are amazing.
Thank you.
Definitely have been following your career path, and you just listen. I was done with what was the song with Jesus?
It's so many, right? It goes through so many ages. It goes through so many different time frames. So you never know which one to go from. But Molly is always a good section to start.
You are hilarious. I love it. I love your personality too. I saw you on Instagram jamming with the people and your flow, right? So are you a rapper now?
I think so. I don't want to I think more of a poet, and it's kind of annoying until I started to embrace it. I would just speak or respond to a question, and instead of just what's moving on, it'll be like, you're a poet. You get what I mean? So I think just kind of embracing it and having time, understanding music, and now learning to syncopate lyrics with heart and depth and intention through practice. It's kind of, you got a lot of people who dribble the ball, but then you got Kyrie Irving, It just kind of is different. Like, wow, like how is it that natural? And I think that's something I want to be involved in. And it's a lot I want to say. So if you give me a slot, I will.
Listen, we're going to give you a slot. No. So we're excited to have you. You are our cover story for Rise Magazine. So
yes. Hey, hold on. Can we just make some noise for that real quick? Because see, first, thank you, man. Sorry, I'm about to wake everybody up. Yo, I'm elated. That's so cool. I was just looking at the email, just like, thank you, man. Thank you, Lord. It was awesome. A very proud moment. So, guys, let's represent.
That's so. We appreciate you. Listen, so we won't get into all of the how you got started and those kinds of things. I think you said that enough. I think everybody wants to know where you've been, right? Like you have definitely kind of transitioned and you're doing new stuff and you're rapping and you're playing a guitar and you're instantaneous, or should I say spontaneous. So share with us, like, what's been going on with you?
Wow.
Like, well, what happened?
It's hard to explain personally, but geographically, LA.
Okay.
And like New York, Atlanta, or any other cities in my field, or as a Black man, it's gonna make a man out of you. And I'm so grateful for the foundation of my father, my mother, the things that was instilled before I knew it was important. Just like we all feel now being at home, like, man, wait, there's some things I wanted to care about that I probably would have did differently. So I'm grateful that my music and the touring kind of pulled me away from things before all of this happened, which was my personal and family drought. And I had a pull or instinct in that moment to respond and say, you know what, I want to spend time with my family. I want to see my son grow. I want to cultivate myself in a way that causes me to be right, in the way that I walk, in the way that I live, in the way that I sing, in the way that I date, in the way that I move, in the way that I aspire. And I think that I just wanted to take the full weight of what it was, or at least the part that I could pick up. The people that were responding to me, the veterans or the OGs that grabbed me and shook me on my incline, it was kind of traumatizing. And it made me go back to the drawing board and recognize that music was so small. Like music is like a joy. You know what I mean? It's like an ability, but like I'm always in the Bible or I reference it because I think it's one of the coolest, stories told. And also believe it's the truth. But David was also a warrior and
Yes.
was feared on the battlefield, not just dope or beautiful with some beautiful sons, man. You'll get cut before you know it. And,
Right.
and there was also the servitude inside of him. But I think it was just honing and cultivating all of those things by going to all the scary parts that you don't know about, all the untold things about identity, all the things that go back to, wait, well, what is the real story, in my family? And then and then it starts to go into the healing parts that, once grudges in and you get to the shores of forgiveness, and you're like, oh snap, I thought I would be mad longer, but now I need who I know that is I'm mad at. You know what I mean? So all those things happened before the storm, and I believe it gave me like a +1, like that green mushroom on Super Mario. Where I started to run my life without a fear because I knew I had another one,
Mm-hmm.
and I started to kind of see some things in a way without having that caution. And I just went on my business. And it was saying, in business, be men. And one thing that was cool about it is, I always would hear it, but wouldn't identify with the back part because I always would hear it in church as a boy. So
Right.
I will always, identify with the business part, but just let men be in there. So if you're a man, in business is where it's going to be. Whatever you have, manufacture it in a way that you understand. Whatever you are good at, whatever skill set, multiply it, delegate, and cause it to be fruitful to you, so nobody don't have to say nothing about your money, your wealth, or anything like that. That right there caused me to not want to take from the church. So there were certain gigs I didn't want to take because I didn't want to, get money for the gospel. But I needed, my life to be profitable enough for me to be able to make those moves and, aims in those ways. And it started happening. So I needed to get free from the situation I was in because I saw myself and had made negotiations as an artist. And I'll stop y'all, and as an artist, I wasn't anymore. Like whatever Malcolm X was before prison, then it came out something else. That other thing that jumped out
Mm-hmm.
was in the same body, but it had a different plan, I guess, or a different, identity or understanding. And with that, I just wanted to I had to get my freedom, like many of the other artists, have to say freedom of wait. I want to negotiate as an entity greater than Mali Music. I tell you when Mali Music comes out, but you're speaking to somebody who has a plethora of things and also needs to understand what's happening on the outside of this too. And I'm inspired by the loss of Prince. I want to be just as much of an irritant. You get what I mean?
I do.
I'm
I
inspired
think
by the
religious.
quest. What? It's so crazy to see his content exploited now. I'm like, I know he's not pleased. I'm sorry. I don't ever watch, but oh God, and it's cool. I feel good. Same thing with Michael Jackson. So I think it's just like, okay, Molly, if it's any time, it's right now. And yep, I'm ready. And I didn't wanna not pay attention to any dynamic, even all the way to my body,
Mm-hmm.
and then there were some things that it's like I might have taken for granted, trying to be over humble or not understanding the fruit of the spirit that I needed to flow and operate in to actually be what God called me to be, that caused me to get my stylist Felipe to just kind of, hey dude, put me in glaze, brother. and and he'll do whatever he'll have to do. So whenever we step out, there's nothing that's distracting, what I mean, or nothing that's pulling away, and I wanted to practice and learn how to walk in the excellence of the no spot or wrinkle mentality that the bride and the body is required for us to actually be prepared once we understand where we need to go and where we need to gather and who we need to be counted as to be seen and transition to this next dispensation.
Right.
All right,
I love
that's it.
I love the liberty aspect. Definitely, the music seems to be moving in a different way where the expression is really about being personalized and liberating and a personal story. And sure, the gospel definitely exudes that, but at the same time I think that artists like such as yourself and what you're saying is in the independent space, and I know that you have more than an independent situation, but Rise is a magazine that caters to independent artistry. Okay. And so when we created it, we did it with the intent to give them insight and understanding on some of the things that the business side of it, right? Because when we're artists, we're really creative and, it's all about creativity. But you touched on a lot of points that make sense for Rise's existence, that negotiation, that paperwork, that knowing, the percentages and things that we don't necessarily want to talk about because we're really interested in getting to the studio and creating. And so we're excited to hear that, you stepped back, took a moment to yourself to regather and get what was necessary for Mali, right? We're so often inundated with making sure that people like us and will support us and do, excuse me, support our situations and our music and whatever it is that we have going. But then we oftentimes see people lose themselves, right? And so I think that I kind of heard there was some transitional moments where you had to step away and get regrounded, resurfaced, recalibrated, right, to the things that are important to you musically. So what does that look like for you now? You have new music, the new song is great. Can you, man, that lyric video, I'm like, this dude is amazing. Like, how'd you even come up with the
Well, it's
analogies?
crazy. That's how I see, close to how I see lyrics or things flow out. Um, like the way that the beat came felt really familiar to uh, the music that was already on the radio and the stuff that I would hear my son playing, or the stuff that I would hear in Ubers or Lyfts, or anything that I would like experience while, in transit at the time. Like, okay, so this is the vibe. This is what the charts or the billboards say is the vibe. And, my friends and, producers who would be up on the times would send me those types of beats, like Let Go. But I would, just being who I am, like, okay, strip it down at the beginning. Let me get a little bit. Uh, and by the time he's giving me the chords, man, yeah, I'm about to end it. And we in there. So I wanted to kind of go on a post that was cool. So while on the preference or the type of music that the public or the population or even the young kids, could relate to, I wanted to drop my lyrics on a cadence that would just really be fire, and make people kind of be like, like you said, why did he think of that? How did it come? And I also wanted to tell my story as well, because see, one thing I love about what you said, rapper or whatever like that, is there's this honesty requirement. You there's this thing that comes where you like you got to come true, which is why I went under it. That's why a lot of people don't do it, because they don't want it to be revealed if they corny. They don't want to be revealed if they don't have it. They don't want to be revealed if they, black and actually might not have the vibe. But if you do, and if you brave, man, gonna step through. It's like once everybody do the electric slide, no matter how you turn around, it's kind of fly. So once I went in there, that with the confidence that comes with the word, and the that being my sword, and even like the flow of it coming out, me being inspired by the Messiah, me trying to like find out how in the world is the Messiah gonna come on a white horse and is slaying his enemies with a sword from his mouth.
Right, that's what it says.
How? So I'm like, how is this going to happen? As I'm, trying to envision it, I'm just recognizing that if you know how to talk, you could send some things out. You can really cut some things down. And especially if you know who and what you're talking to, a child will kind of fall back. You cut them down. You get what I mean? And it's a powerful thing because you may not even need to lift the sword just by knowing the name and true identity of everything he's facing. But like everything that's really sweet, you about to get finished with. You get what I'm saying? Like if it's like a certain diet that you know that you want to stop, okay, I'm about to stop. This is my last, this is my last that, y'all. Matter of fact, let's just do a party of that going out. You know what I mean? So that's what the heart of man, yeah, about to end it. Like to stand in the light as Molly Music, to stand in the light as anything in front of people, to be anything that's important, especially a leader, which I believe that God has called me to be. And there's just a way that you got to walk. You got to lotion your ankles every
Come
day.
on.
You get what I'm saying? Ain't no leader with ashy ankles. No, you got to clean your ears. Do you hear me? You had to be raised well. You get what I'm saying? Nobody
You are
gonna
hilarious.
have to do that for you. And that but it's true. Like that'll be the only thing that people look at. They won't see your anointing. They won't see
Right.
your blessing. They won't see your anything. They won't even care about your prosperity if there's anything aesthetic or basic that I'm saying could be flawed. And I love that, but one thing about it is like, just kind of bring it. One thing like Muhammad Ali, I believe there was a grace to it because he was a fighter. You get what I'm saying? So him being beautiful was a powerful thing. Like, yo, I've been, all these rounds with these men and I'm still pretty. Sitting right here looking like
People are
myself.
mad.
You know what I mean? Like it's true though. Like that's the way that the blackness shine because you can't mess up my thing. So I think it's just being real in it, about to end it. Man, yeah, about the business. That right there was about my company, K Approved, which I'm so proud of. It's like a Super Bowl ring. It make me want to sing. I've been through many hard. That's the one I'm gonna be going
Yeah.
through with. Like it's a company. It's a Yeah. I can't imagine, but I will always just be able to have the squinting face to the horrifying stories of mothers who would say the liberation of complicated births
Mm-hmm.
would kind of make them just be so blessed by like the child, but the pain that they would be going through, you'd be like, just stop talking about it. You get
Right.
what I'm saying? Like, I think I have experienced spiritually and creatively, which is my most important and preferred birth system, how it feels for it to be clotted, attacked, poisoned, um, misused, exposed, abused, my gosh, extorted,
Lied on.
imported, and exported. Man, and to be able to have an opportunity based on just like, well, we don't know whatever is left, and whatever is left is, your decision. And normally, based on the trauma or the pain, it's gonna be expected to be one of anger. It's gonna be expected to be one of greed. It's gonna be expected to be one of recession. It's going to be expected to be one that causes a hammer or wrath to fall. But man, no, 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 man. I wanted power. I wanted power to be shown. And I know I had none. So I was just trying to find out where to put the seed. And I
Mm-hmm.
wanted it to be good ground. And then the thing about it is like, okay, well, right now it's like a video game, and you go to this patch of dirt and you press A, and it says, okay, to plant this seed, you will get the power to bring the tree of life back, but it will cost you 10 days life. You get what I'm saying? And it's like, but wait, 10 days life is one day 10 times. They're like, yeah, by the time it press A and you come back, it's going to be 10 days past.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? So everything that happens in your letters is going to be based on everything you didn't show up to, every promise that you didn't meet in that 10 days. You're going to have to deal with the conflictual life, but you get the power of the tree. You get what I'm saying? And like, the proof that and the understanding that that's what you were doing. But 10 times out of 10, like me, people not willing to come out of the city, people not willing to come out of their lives, people weren't willing to come out of whatever they were entangled in inside of this Egypt city box to come out to this path to see where the tree was, for me to show them the fruit that they could get the seed to, that would have been producing the product and produce that we could be living from right now. You get what I'm saying? But I love that you but I love that you guys are speaking towards like the essence of understanding through the song Let Go. And yo, I went to New York after doing the Billboard performance, which was so crazy because it was like the start, man. I was getting ready to drop the axe this year. And I'm really excited about the things that we already doing. The company is in a powerful position in our, with RCAI Inspiration. That was a God situation, but it was sent and set up in a way that, man, I could not explain. And it was a year's toil. It was a year's toil. But it probably just felt like a year. But like in order to get the blessing, and I was able to get, I had to wrestle with an angel. I don't know if the angel was light or dark, but it had my blessing. And by the time
you came out what that's dope.
and I guess I'm just a product of dedication. And a lot of times it's like, it's like, hey, you like, yo, don't you see the effects of you working out? Yeah, I do. Well, yo, if you give it 2 more weeks, and we never do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I would be like, okay, I'm willing to. And as soon as you do that, there's another thought of irrelevance that you got to have the strength to know doesn't apply to you, and then, as you continue, down the road, it comes to a point where everything that came up quick fades, and there's a need for something that's inventive. There's a need for something that's whatever. And I'm plentiful, and I feel so blessed.
Je Vaughn?
Huh?
Molly, I want to go to the Second Coming, that album, and
Yeah.
when you were more in your independent area, independent stage, when you were writing that album, whether it was The Light or Yahweh, were you finding yourself in a different place then than where you are now as far as your creativity is concerned?
Yes, because I was full fold. Um, I had no creative restriction at all. And there was no creative restriction that I would accept at all. There was no bar that was below the most excellent one that I would be associated or involved with creatively at all. And if it was my seed, you will fall off, even if it was a situation where you're not truly dedicated. I don't know if it's a situation where we're going to be professional or we're just going to be good at what we do to the point that where we could do it on purpose and we could do it a lot. I didn't know that the elders did it. I didn't know that the guys did it, but my mom kind of bought in when she saw how dedicated I was. So like I would rehearse 6 days a week with my band. There's nothing else to do. Because by the time everybody else is finished what they're doing, we solid and ready, and come see us on a Saturday and see if your life don't shake, break. And by this time, by they see what we doing on Saturday, and it's guaranteed that we rehearsing 6 days a week somewhere. You better know that 6 days a week, that church that we was rehearsing in is full. People coming in with salads to sit in the back, especially the homeless and the ones without. And I knew them by name because they better not be crazy, or I hit them with this bass. By the time we got going, the guys was dedicated. Some of the guys had to go, but the rehearsal couldn't stop. So I had a roster of 3 to 4 individuals that had the matching caliber on every instrument. And I will let you know the list of instruments. You can speak to the people, and I will give you their Instagram by name. But I won't do it right now, but that's if you need that proof. There was bass guitar, which was the heart of it all. There was drum. There was keyboard, which I played. There was another keyboard, which I call auxiliary keyboards. That's where my synths, my strings, and my ooh, ah, gooey, and my icing come from. That's right there. That's my auxiliary keyboard, just all that extra shine stuff. And then I have my guitars. I have my rhythm. He don't have to know no lead, but he know every chord to every song. He play real good. He ain't got to be fancy, but I could ask a random song and he know it, even if it's insurance songs from TV. So that's my rhythm guitar player who's very versatile and eclectically trained. And then I got my sauce. I ain't never looked at a book. I just picked this up when I was 5. And God spoke to me on this guitar. That's my soul guitar. They go together hand in hand and they don't criticize each other. Songs like Impulses, Gimme Gimme from my first album would express that. My first album, The Second Coming, was to say, guys, no, I'm giving you guys by 2 the measures of who I am creatively. With in the second coming of whatever I'm doing, which they gotta name it because the first coming was too small. It's like, okay, it's gonna end in some rock. So don't take that from me. That was proven by the time I transitioned and we got Ready Aim. Don't be surprised. I was already rocked out now. By the time we go back to what we doing, we got Nothing Too Hard. That's extremely alternative and spacious. By the time we get to You Should Sit Down for This, chill. I'm already painting them stories. We got Job Experience, same thing. Like when I was independent, it was the exact same thing. The only thing and hardest thing for me to do was convince the people that had spent all this money for me to be in business with them was to do what I already had proven I could do. They just hadn't made the audience that I was catering to irrelevant, and I was seduced and influenced that the demographic, which was a little green slither on a full pie of the fiscal input of the pool of individuals who make up the full identity of this pot that everybody is jumping in, this cesspool that everybody's trying to get honey off the sides, just trying to show who the gospel industry are. And it can't consume any of the other sides, so it just consumes everyone within it. So God delivered me from something that was eating itself alive. You get what I mean? And the thing that is left, was a baby who was at the house when the mama died. I didn't even mean to rhyme, but go on, tell the story, son. And it's
Yeah,
a and it's
tell
like
your
a
story,
fallen
son.
identity. Yeah, it's a fallen identity, and like hip hop or like a gangster picked her up. You get what I mean? And then like, now we love God. We love God. And it's a situation with growing up, the body is trying to find out what to do with their hair. We don't know what to do with the glory. We all can sing and we all have these gifts, but we don't know how to, synchronize. And that's our problem with hair, because this patch do this and this patch right here don't want to do this. And this same thing
I
right here
know.
don't even want to lay down. This
I,
one,
I
this
understand.
and all we need is just everything to agree up there and be the same now. And take on to the strengths, you get what I mean, of the strongest of you. And that's what you do, but it doesn't always get that way. And I think it comes, with the leadership. And there was a thing that kind of made everybody like, at a time. And I feel that's when manna took over. Mammon. It was bad. Remember, like, there's these horrid things that somebody could say that somebody did. And you like, why would they do that? Like, even marrying somebody. And you're like, why would they do that? And you're like, yo, the money. And it's like, oh, it's like it was accepted. Or like, yo, why would you go that far or whatever? It's like, man, it was crazy. It was like several million. Like, all right, I feel you. You get what I mean? It'll kind of bend, to a point where money became the dominant thing,
That's
and
facts.
money is printed.
That's facts.
Money is printed. What you said?
I said that's facts. You're telling the truth, because we often see people kind of transition or move differently after they experience some amount of success, or they get to a space that they want to
We
remain.
started to understand. We started to understand
Right. Right. And
because
so
we wanted some. It became the dream.
what do you do? See, because here's the thing, I believe wholeheartedly that as believers and as people who emulate, and we are supposed to be walking epistles, right? We are supposed to be what people are able to see about Christ now. Even within music, even within our business endeavors, even in the way that we just hold a regular conversation. No, I don't have to drop scripture on you consistently, but at the
Oh,
same time, we want to be in a space where we're able to convey the message without compromising. right? And so, what do you say to individuals who feel like the music may compromise the message? And here's the thing: we are about almost 30 minutes. We don't want to hold you. We know you have to get to another space, so we certainly appreciate you. After you answer that question, can you let us know where to get the music and how to find you?
Okay, well, definitely on my social media, which is Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Mali Music, Mali Music. That's where we've been keeping everything up since this quarantine. I've definitely been a little closed and prayerful. Sometimes I would go on live when a song would drop on me like it does now. I wish that I could sing it. The most important thing that I feel is like the thing that is birthed inside the church by the billions, and that's the faith molecule. That's the hope manifesting idea. That is the only thing that can cause any combative molecules, just like antibodies inside of our bodies, to fight against sickness and virus. It got to be like consumed in a bigger dream. It has to be like it consumes cancer. It consumes everything. It's like, but if the product can't see past, where they are, it stopped. So definitely see where we are. I'm speaking on those things. Some of the music got stunted, but I just had a conversation with my engineers, and the album is ready. I am getting on the phone right now with my dude Ryan Hill over at RCA. Like, can we put this out tonight at
Yeah,
midnight?
you gotta give
It's
us
so
exclusive.
crazy, man. It's so crazy, man. It's like, oh, it's like my egg broke open and the yolk came out on the skillet, man.
Release it, sir. Release
Man,
it.
I had seasonings and experiences to get that thing together. You know what I'm saying, y'all.
Look, and you
Gosh.
Rise at Rise Magazine, right? So we can be in on that exclusive. That would be super amazing. Listen, we appreciate you, and we're so excited to share your story and convey the message. And your music is amazing. We didn't expect anything less. We speak the blessings of the Lord over you, everything that you put your hands to. And we're excited. Listen, keep us in the loop, all right? Like, so come on. Someone is saying they still remember a video Molly did. Let us know when he's going to sign with the label. He said he was going to take the light to the dark. I'm not sure what that means, Miss
Uh-huh.
Green. We'll come back to it. I'm not sure. Um, but definitely, say it again.
Okay.
Let me put on live comments so I
No,
can.
yeah, I like it. Nah, I thought what you were talking about. I feel I did and know that I did. That was a Grammy nominated album, which was my first opportunity there, and it shook so many things up in so many ways. It started to cause connections that last all the way until today, that are greater than the person who wrote that comment. It started to manifest masses of possibilities, like me being on magazine covers
Yeah.
and things of that nature. So like the light is shining. It says it's like, I think that's just one of the faces that I'm instructed to not be affected by. And my message now, and as I conclude on that, is one thing I pray is that your faith fail you not. That that is what we're going to need in this. That's the thing that creates. I want everybody to live their lives. I want everybody to enjoy themselves, and I want everybody to listen to their bodies. Listen to your instincts. Flow with yourselves as you love your loved ones. Don't put pressure on yourselves to be anything more as we transition into full love, as we transition into full hope and health. Stay grateful, stay vigilant. It's the perfect time to start cooking your own food. I need to
Come
do
on.
my cooking series. Everything I cook every night is so bomb. Oh my God.
Didn't even know
Collard
you had it, did you?
greens. Collard greens.
Molly,
I used
before
to
you
beg
go,
for, yeah.
because I know you got to go, and we're going to let you go, but can you play us out with maybe an exclusive of one of the songs that's going to be on the album? Do you mind playing us because you got to go, and we don't want to hold you, but can you just play a little bit of whatever it is that we get to hear that's going to come out on the album?
Now
Yes.
you know I can. You know I can. Oh, but which one? Which one, Lord?
I say go ahead and do a sample of all of them. Just go ahead and give it to them.
A medley or so.
There you
Oh,
go. However way you want to do
things
it.
changed when the sun died. Things changed when the sun died. Everybody life changed, but his mama cried. Eli, Eli, Rama Sabachthani, took a deep final breath, then the sun died. That's my consciousness in that stream of blood. My righteousness in that stream of water. The sky cried when the sun died. It's the only way I'm seeing people eye to eye. She say I'm rapping. I said, I hate demons. I hate dreamers who work by scheming. It ain't no reason. We blessed in and out of season, but we ain't see it. It's glorified in the Christmas season when injustice got somebody else's son in the cement. The old stone in the tomb flow. Holy Ghost free 'em. I've been humbly rumbling, winning them, waiting to meet 'em. Hoping the sin of his blood overpowers my reeking. Sin was speaking. I was freaking out. Somebody screaming. The sun died. And then I have a sample of Ray Charles saying, the coldest winter was last spring. And I thought my whole soul would sing. But that was yesterday. The sun died. Yeah, I told her. Things changed when the sun died. Everybody life changed, but his mama cried. Eli, Eli, Lama Sabachthani, took a deep final breath and the sun died. That's my consciousness in that stream of blood. My righteousness in that bloody water. The sky cried when the sun died. It's the only way I'm seeing people eye to eye. Sun died, sun died. We ain't listen, we all know we get affected when talking to Christ. Carnal life. Mixing messages work for a night. Motto type, body got him working for supper tonight, then body gone. Can the body just get along? The body wrong. If I drop it, it'll be the song. Speaking sacrificially, officially, give them light and you get the sight. They say you'll never look back again. Closer than a brother, he's a lover, he's more than a friend. Never loses savor. Come on, savor. Never loses flavor. It never ends like bubble gum. Except the sun never loses savor. Keep it coming, savior. It's amazing, the perfect flavor. Double cup. Give me life, won't you fill me up? Empty out the other imperfections. It's really rough without you here. Double microphone to the mouth of my fears is terrible. But you died, so it's manageable. Never more than I can bear. You with it, I'm here and I'll handle it. It's whatever, yeah. The sun died and I'm here to the end, to the heaven split, yeah. The coldest winter was last spring.
Wow.
Okay, wait, one more.
Please.
Man, yeah, about to end it. Man, yeah, yeah. Huh? Man, yeah, about to end it. Man, yeah. Man, yeah, got me spinning. Man, yeah, I'm addicted. Whoa, let it go, let it go. Man, yeah. First time went by and by. What a year later, boy, still dipping. Lando Magic got me shacked up. Quarter gallon got me backed up. Trap music got me masked up. Band on the gas, boy, still hitting. And these women be attractive. 40 million be errative. Apostle Paul got me seeing clear when the water near the boy, still dipping. Oh, this my opening. Release that dopamine. Let down that rope for me. And Christ that hope for me. Came and spoke to me. Yeah, you're showing me all I'ma need in this tempting life. Yeah, it's just a force with some habits. Right in the way, I'ma grab it. It's right in my way when I pass. Right at the bar, so a glass. Yeah, it's a classic attack like some addicts. Right in the way as we pass it. It's right in the way as I pass. Right at the bar, so a classic attack. I'm in acid. All of the time, gotta have it. It's right in my way as I pass. Right at the bar, so a glass. All the time, gotta have it. It's right in my way as I pass. Right to this altar to cast it on the shoulders of my Lord. Save me, yeah. Right to this altar to cast it on your shoulders, sweet my Lord. Yeah, as I pass. Right to this altar to cast
Yes.
it. Come on, Big Daddy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey
Yes.
Molly, real quick, Molly, before you go, you got on the album the transition of Molly. You had Jasmine Sullivan and you had Jenny Ayako on the album. Do you have guest
Yeah.
artists on this one as well?
Yeah. I
Any
think
guest
so.
artists? You do?
I think so. Yeah, the way that I did it is like I did it like the grocery store. You know, they already just kind of get the choice meat, package it, put it in the store. So I think it's a good time where a lot of creatives are looking for things to kind of just express themselves on anyway. And also people that they agree with in spirit and heart, you know, and creativity to synchronize with. So with the powerful team, and if we're gonna be doing this, I ain't gonna be doing it by myself. Y'all see these chicken fillets? I need y'all to get some people that's interested in partnering, and they just started getting grabbed up. So I can't wait to get, you know, my email back and the things that I'm already receiving from like instrumental you know, features is on another level, you know, and that I'm really excited to present as well. You know, it's on a whole different level, man. And
Yeah, Mario was
visually,
something
the
else.
things that I'm excited to do, the songs that I was able to do at the Vivo, y'all, was crazy. I did Let Go and Molo. Vivo has this like series that's super fly. Like, you know, was looking at D Smokes recently, and he's like in this box, and they do like these performances in this like wooden box. So I walk into, you know, this warehouse once I was in New York, going through, you know, just my stream of the things that we were doing that day, and we come into this wooden box. I said, oh, so it's my turn. I said, Felipe, I need you to bring the Batman out. And Felipe went off. We went there, and I got 3 takes on each song, y'all, and man, gosh, it felt crazy. So the footage from the behind the scenes on my Instagram live on my IGTV when I'm going, you know, the light, the you know, shine the holy light. They do this perfect lighting on one of the takes that just blew my mind, and it felt crazy that because it's a one take, and as you could see, my heart is so dedicated to performance. So it's an honor to speak, you know. But I always want the spirit to talk as well. And but you know, time can't go forever. But if I can I drop that one thing that I said in song? It's a
Absolutely.
song named A Simple Request, and if you guys can do whatever you will with it, it will help me a lot. Okay?
Absolutely. Where'd he go?
What's so crazy is I think I wrote this in 2012.
Oh,
Hold on. Let me be wise
Say it
because
again.
my publicist is hitting it. Okay? Hallelujah. Can you see me?
We can.
Yeah.
We can.
yep.
One thing I pray is that your faith fail you not, because of all that you possess, it's the most vital of all you've got. So fight on, soldiers, fight on despite your lot. Keep right on, keep the light on, Zion. Our God has not forgotten us. This is the truth I offer, words of promise from the God of love. He will lead us, he'll never leave us. Is that not enough? Overwhelmed with feelings, emotions so misleading. Oh, absence of priority, blinded by tragedy. Yeah. And
Hmm.
if my voice, if my words could speak, I would speak to you. I think if my words could heal, I would speak to you. If my voice could heal you, I would sing for you. If my tears supplied your needs, I would pour on you and give everything and more for you to do better and bear this weight, and for you to feel better, but keep your faith. Yes, that's what I want for you. Yeah. Oh, oh. Uh. I wrote this in 2012. Listen to this. We address the problems, a million questions, causing chaos and pollution, amazing ideas, profound creation. We address the problems, a million questions, causing chaos and pollution, amazing ideas, profound creation. In a cookie cutter constitution, we lay our gifts down for corporation. It's just structured prostitution. Hypotheses and amazing guesses, but no real answers or solutions. Feel me? This is the truth I offer. Words of promise from the God of love. He will lead us. He'll never leave us. Is that not enough? Overwhelmed with feelings, emotions so misleading. Oh, absence of priority. Blinded by tragedy. Yeah. And if my words could speak, I would speak to you. Yeah. If my voice could heal you, I would sing for you. If my tears supply your need, oh, I would pour on you. I give everything and more for you, and for you to feel better and bear this weight, and for you to feel better. Oh, keep your faith. Ooh, better. Oh, and bear this weight. Wait for you. Feel better, lady. Keep your faith. Oh, that's all I want for you. One simple request for me. Keep your faith. Come on, man. Oh, oh yeah. Yeah.
Jesus.
Yes.
We're
All
here for
right,
all of
y'all. I got to get out of here, man. Thanks for this. Hit me anytime. When's the part two? You know, we when this, we just need to take a break.
Yes.
I'm open to it. Thank you guys for this, but the
We
flirting is necessary. A lot of I look at documentaries and I'm like, why did they stop asking him what we was about to find out? And then he gonna die, you know? And then and then they filling in the blanks. They filling in the blanks. It's so many important things I want to share with y'all.
Please. Let's
And
do it.
man, it's
I
so
mean, if you got a
fire.
30-second version of everything you want to share with us, we can go starting right now. Go.
We're gonna hold them hostage, right? Definitely. Let us know. Let
I'm
us
getting
know.
messages. I'm getting messages. There's some things that I gotta show up for, but thank y'all for letting me show my face.
Absolutely.
I'm open to it at any time. There's nothing closed about it. I never was, but I might have been just a little further out of the comfort zone than the population. All of a sudden, the entire population is thrust into where I already was. A form of isolation where you have to care about yourself. A form of isolation where you're calling your family, a form of isolation where you're grateful for the smallest things, like being able to just see the image of a person that you enjoy and admire smiling and laughing. There's some people at the house alone in very nice houses sad because they haven't heard somebody else laugh in their house in a long time. And that's a crazy type of feeling. All of a sudden, dogs about to get bought up. You get what I'm saying? So somebody could get some barks or some animals, just so people could get that feeling. But there was no, I mean, we was playing with dogs on phones. You get what I mean? We was building houses on console. You get what I mean? Like the young builders, they be on Fortnite. They don't know how to build a daddy a home. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But everything is like it's beautiful and everything in time, and the next generation is not to be slept on. They're not dumb. They are blind, but they don't care because they make glasses. You see what we're dealing with here? You see what we're dealing with here? But to God be the glory, and He will give us the victory. And to speak to the up, hold on, let's take a 15-second countdown to hear my baby girl get some cereal. This is
Absolutely.
brought to you by Frosted Flakes.
Let your baby get that cereal.
See, right.
What? Hey, what are your kids' names?
Oh yes, my okay, yeah. I got engaged on Christmas Eve.
So,
Congratulations.
congratulations.
Huh?
Congratulations.
Man, it was a yeah, it was a powerful thing. It was something that everything that was happening was for me. I normally let the people who ask know, just like I didn't just come in saying my name, in case nobody asked. That's how close to the identity, I'm saying, I wanted it to be. It was based on some things that, definitely my love, definitely my heart, definitely my connection to just who I am. But with that, it was also my desire to obey the Bible in a way that caused me to hold my head up in the way that I couldn't all the way. It's like I had it all the way, and I'm like, I have to seal this. I had to face the thing that was causing me to hesitate, which was some type of question, which is unfair. I don't question what other bowl I could have when I'm eating my cereal.
Hmm.
I'm satisfied with I got
Good.
it, man. This glass sensation, right?
Okay.
And it's just like it's just this temptation, or maybe just this there was always this possibility, like as I start to cook for my family, because it's so many mouths. It's a joy because I had to get over this thing that caused me to hesitate cooking, for my own self, because there's something that I can only explain. But it's like, well, how does it taste? Well, it's kind of like when you eat a chicken wing at Outback, but it got a little bit of uh sugar on it. And they're just not gonna understand. You just got to be able to throw it in there. So I had to get over. I had to clean me some wings. Oh, that was my cook. That was my quickening. I had to eat me some wings, y'all. I had to clean them all. You get what I'm saying? Go and touch the raw meat out the pack. Wash them up real good. Season them, significantly with pepper and, salt and things of my desiring. Maybe a little soy sauce if I'm feeling, what I'm saying, Asian. Everything just feeling real cool, man. And by the time I get that going, that marinating, throw that in, whatever I want to do. Just finding out all the things I could do. It's been a blessing, man. And the thing that I'm saying all that to say, can't question how it tastes. See, that's what I was doing in my relationships. Like I was questioning, what I had. Like, yo, this steak is off the chain. You know what I'm saying? Is it a better steak? Like that type of thing. And then it's like, well, yeah, possibly is a better steak somewhere in, what I'm saying, somewhere in Ireland. But that's not for me. So I just started focusing on what I
Right.
could contribute. Most of the time I was paying attention to what contributed to me. And that's what I had to change. And that was the final part that I didn't want to give up in my relationship with my Messiah. I did not want to give up that. Like I thought that you could pick what color your phone is. I thought that like but once I experienced it for real, it was kind of hurtful and eye opening, as God would show me through my eldest Milan. She says she got 11. I got a 5 compared to her phone. Okay, on iPhones, she got like a 11 plus some X or maybe Z. I don't know what they have. Sleepy 3Zs, the 3Z app. She got that phone with 3 cameras and all this stuff. $1 billion, $2,000 rent, for Christmas from her family, and it was a whole blessing. I'm so excited about it because she got the best phone in the house, and she is disgruntled because it is not the color that she desired. I'm like, look at this technology in your hand. Look at this opportunity in
Mm.
front of you. No, it's not teal. Do you know how rare the teal one is? What is this one? Gold? What is it? Amazing? No, she didn't care. It was so real. My baby wanted to spend Christmas money to buy a case to give the face of the desired color. This how real it was. And I'm just so blessed by it. There's my middle sweet baby Marley. I don't even. She's my word bird. She prophetic eye, prophetic ear. She'll wake up and tell you a dream. You like, okay, stop dreaming for a minute. It'll shake everything up. My youngest, Peyton, here, little light baby. That's my cinnamon. And then she means everything. She's the creative, and she's also the drummer, the heart and the beat. As my boy Tam, Cameron, as everybody was seeing Essence or whatever. He's bigger now. You get what I mean? But social media allows me to be able to see and spend time with him. He's in Georgia, which is on my mind. You know what I mean? So he's doing his thing as she approaches middle school, and it's abundant and it abounds. That's all I got. 3 of those belong to my beautiful fiance, Key Gaines. She means the world to me. We met on the scene and the set of the film that dropped on Amazon and iTunes and everything yesterday, Revival. She's also in that film. Um, we met on the set of that, and it's been just as trivial, a situation, not based on her love or faithfulness or limitations or any of the things that come. Even though that would be easy to say that it would be, but being fair, that wasn't the thing. It was my indecision based on the opportunities that weren't even presented me. Just things that I might have saw for myself or things that I wanted out of the way, which is something that I wanted to move personally. And it became a decision that I had to make for myself. So it was really good. Something that I definitely wanted to be able to share, but I wanted to get an understanding and a full grip on everything that it meant for everybody close to me, you know, based on it being some things with my integrity, you know, my personal things relationally, you know, that needed to be fixed because, you know, if my indecision went, you know, so may go my truth, you know, and as I would reflect on the things that would cause me to not be grateful for what was in front of me, what I was lacking was wisdom and maturity. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't heed to the words of those what that was in front of me, even though I wanted those beneath me to heed to me. So as I begin to walk in that servitude, I begin to be in the truth of, you know, the one that reflected the most fire and you know, enlightenment and enrichment, you know, to my, you know, to my cause and to, you know, to the unity of what was taking place. And by the time I had looked up, the youngest baby was 2, and it was not 2 no more. It's about 22 by the time I looked up, and it still was happening. And now only what was on a pacifier down there can say, so why aren't you married? And then my son can fly and be like, yo, this is fly. You know what I'm saying? Why aren't you married? You know, and that right, that whole thing, it just be kind of a real thing. I'll just be like, you know, can y'all get off me for a while and let me succeed in my life? You get what I mean? But no, you'll succeed like that. By the time that New Year was coming, I don't know. I guess my heart had a dream of the corona. I guess I didn't know what it was finna be. It just felt like something was shifting and it was time to make a selection. Like, imagine just being on, like, you know, hold on, I'm gonna take this one more cruise and everything locked down. Your flight got you in Hawaii. You get what I'm saying? Your vacation money done ran out. And like, man, nah, it's just something that just a level of dedication and growth that was needed. um, it also kind of gave me the armor that I was lacking in my creativity and in my wording and in my fire. So, you know, it definitely made a man out of me. So I think I might be preparing to make some French toast bites, which is just some French toast, you know, from some, you know, what you call it, brioche. You get what I'm saying, brioche bread. You get what I'm saying, powder sugar on there. You get what I'm saying. After putting it in that little egg batter, cut it up, put it in a bowl, and then I might not even get one, just because it's that much love. So, you know, I feel good, and it's a blessing. And you know, God's going to renew everybody through that. I think that servitude is the thing that caused me to um, be willing to get down, because it got to be something bigger than ourselves, and that's the hardest thing that we can learn and accept.
That's a beautiful thing. Your record label's gonna be so upset at us for
Right.
keeping you on this line. But what we will do is we'll bring you back for the exclusive Rise magazine, Elevate magazine release party, to where you can come on and just
We're in
play
Georgia.
all the music you want to do,
We're in Georgia.
and we'll make it happen. So, Nate, I'll let you close us out, but I just want to thank you personally, Molly, for the music over the
Salute.
years and for just being a blessing to me and to my ears, because your music does not stop blessing me. So, thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Absolutely.
man.
We concur.
I
We
just it
definitely,
just let it bring healing.
Yes, sir.
definitely. We appreciate you, Molly. We thank you for taking the time out to convene with us and or commune with us, and we convene now with just hearts of gratitude. Thank you so much for being a part today. And listen, I'll send you the information anytime you're available and ready to do it again. We can go live, literally Instagram. That'd be dope. They would love that.
Please.
Certainly.
It's real. I got nothing to hide. You know, I am what I am, and I think that's the best thing I came out of all of this with. You know, just the solid rock of the identity. And if you know what you can do, and if you know who you are, it's different when people start talking, because they don't even know what they're saying. And I think that's what our grandparents was always trying to get us to have.
Right.
But they took our grandparents, and with one sweep of chicken, took all our grandparents out at the same time. You get what? And it's just kind of, they put an attack on our wisdom, and they all kind of fell off to these diseases. You get what I'm saying? Food induced. You know, we were left to fend for ourselves, like we was in our room saying and wishing we could. So it's a good time, man.
Looking forward to hearing the music. Blessings to you.